Thanks for sticking with us. I'm Christy Soto.
And I'm Chris Redfern. NBC2 is continuing to bring you coverage of the funeral of Deputy Christopher Taylor.
NBC2's Samantha Servin is joining us live at Babcock Ranch, where the memorial service was held. Samantha, you were inside during, I'm assuming, an emotional service. Share with us what was said inside.
Chris, it was very emotional, to say the least. Christopher Taylor's aunt and grandmother spoke, members of his squad, plus the sheriff. And before I get into some of that, I kind of want to set the scene here and let you look at what we're seeing out here. We've got law enforcement from all over the state of Florida, as far away as the Panhandle down to the Keys, right here showing their support for 23-year-old Christopher Taylor. Now, Deputy Taylor just turned 23 a few days before he was struck by a suspected drunk driver on the side of 75. He was born in Cape Coral, and his family said that from an early age, he knew law enforcement was what he wanted to do. Christopher's aunt said his smile never left his face, except for 2 moments, when he was tased and when he was pepper sprayed during training. And they say that in these moments after the tragic death of the young man, they have learned the true meaning of camaraderie, not only from their Charlotte County Sheriff's Office family, but from the strangers who have lended a hand, lended their love. And Christopher's aunt specifically thanked the woman and her mother who sat with Christopher Taylor and prayed with him in the moments after he was hit, while his squad mates were rendering any life-saving aid that they could. We also heard from Deputy Taylor's sergeant today, who shared stories of Deputy Taylor's time on the force. And now, you may remember, he was just sworn in February. He hadn't even served a full year yet as a deputy here in Charlotte County, but they said that they've got stories and stories that they could share for days. The sergeant even tearing up while he was taking the podium today, saying that Christopher Taylor was hardworking and eager to be the best cop he could possibly be. And they say they will continue to honor and love him now that he is gone, and they'll take over from here. That sergeant got a standing ovation inside that room today. From Sheriff Permel, he said, life is short, and for Christopher Taylor, it was far too short. He's one of those brave men and women who now gave everything so others can live in peace, and they're just so heartbroken here in Charlotte County. And as you can see, these cars continue to pass by in front of us. This processional started 15, 20 minutes ago, and you can see there's still probably more than 100 cars out here to go. That processional starts here in Babcock Ranch. They'll take 31 to Bayshore, up 75 past that tragic crash site, and down to the US 17 exit, where they'll hit Piper Road. Now, Piper Road is where the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office has asked the community to line up in order to say their final goodbyes and their final thank yous to this young man whose life was cut far too short. We've got Claire Lavazorio over there, who you guys heard from earlier in the show today, and she's going to be there covering from the community aspect and who's lined up to say their goodbyes. And now, the graveside service is private, so we will not be there today. We'll respect those families' wishes and let them grieve in a way that's only unimaginable right now. But we'll be continuing to show you this processional here as the day goes on. And of course, we'll have more for you coming up on the news this afternoon. But for now, I'm live in Babcock Ranch. Samantha Servin, NBC2.